Alright guys, hi, my name is Amanda and today we're going to be doing some doodling, and as promised I decided to show you guys how I did those little popsicles as well as some other frozen treats. So really quickly I'm just going to go through all the materials used today if my camera would focus. I'm using some white printer paper. This is 8 by 11 inch paper, 11.5 I believe, and it's just plain old white, and then I'm going to be using a variety of markers and pens today, but for the most part I think I'm going to be using my Tombow dual brush pens, and I have them in shades, I believe it's N6, N15 and N65, but it's the gray, the medium gray, and the black Tombow dual brush pens. And then for some color I'm using the Crayola Super Tips in these shades here, if they would just lay flat. And then just have this random miniature one here because it's really cute and small. And then debating on how I feel like I might need it, I'm going to use also my Stabilo fine liners as well. And I have those in the black, which is 46 out of 88, and the crimson, which is 50 out of 88. And I might use a variety of these pens right here. This is a Papermate Flare pen in black, and then I have a Jelly Roll gel pen in the 08 point, which is white. Then I have this Gear pen, which is a black gel pen in 0.7, and then of course I have my Tombow Fudunosuke brush pen, which is the hard tip. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, first things first, we teach you guys how to draw some popsicles. And now popsicles can come in all different shapes and sizes, so it really just, oh my gosh, okay. So, it really just is up to you what style you guys personally want. Okay. So, for July, I did a bunch of popsicles. It was basically the theme of my spreads, so I feel like I'm fairly confident in my ability to draw popsicles, and I'll also be drawing you some other frozen treats that you guys, if you so do desire to draw some, or just for, random things, you could just have these little tools in your bag. I think I'll be doing this as a series from now on, that I'll be either doing this on the first Monday of every month, or something like that. I haven't decided yet, just because with school coming up, I have a lot of things to work around. I might even doing one less day for uploads. So we'll see how it works out. But anyway, let's jump right into this. So first things first, since the popsicles are fairly easy to draw, I'm just going to go ahead and start with the basic outline. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pen. I'm using the dual brush pen with the marker tip here. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to draw basically an oval, but don't do the other curve basically. So this is what it should start off as, okay? And then what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to do it basically step by step. So then I'm just going to do the same thing again. And then once I get to this point, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to curve under and connect them. So you should have this shape next, okay? And you want to also draw in the popsicle stick. So there you have basically a generic popsicle stick, and you could stop right here actually and do some doodles and designs and just add some color. But for me, I like to go a little more 3D with it, so I just draw the popsicle out for the third time. And all I'm going to do is I'm basically going to add sort of a drop shadow, if you will. And I'm just going to add some shadow, and basically you want to take this line all the way until about a centimeter before you get to the edge, and then you're going to connect them. And then basically with the popsicle stick, you're going to do the exact same thing, because this is basically the same shape, just smaller and upside down, if that helps. But this is a little easier because you don't have to cut it off. You could just, do it. And let me get my white Jelly Roll pen, and I'm going to scribble out that black mess. Okay. Well, I tried my best. And so then there you have a basic popsicle. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some little doodles and designs. So I'm just going to do like this, and then okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and do some coloring now. And there you have your popsicle. Move on to the next frozen treat, which is going to be a ice cream cone. So this one is a little bit more tricky, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pencil out. So what I'm going to do first off is you want to start with the cone, because the cone is basically going to frame the entire picture. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to make a ellipse, but not complete the ellipse. You don't want to complete the ellipse. In fact, that's even a little too far in, that ellipse, because the ice cream is going to take this entire center up. I'm not going to do a step-by-step one because this one is a little bit more tricky, and then it'd be like multiple steps. The popsicle was a little easier. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like almost like a trapezoid shape. So continuing that ellipse shape. Now you can make this as detailed or as simple as you want. For me, I'm going to do a little bit more detail and just add a little lip to it. Just because I know multiple sugar cones, well, this is not a sugar cone, this is a cake cone, that this one they have little lips on it, like a little extra roll of dough. If that makes sense to you, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm trying to say, put it in the comment section below. And then I'm just going to continue that trapezoid shape, but a little more inward. Now you could keep going and make this into a sugar cone and do a pointed end, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is the sugar cone, which is the cake cone, and just do another ellipse. Okay, and this usually has like a little lattice on it, so you could do like that. And then for the ice cream, what I do first off is I draw in some like almost like a wave, if you will, and then another one, and then one more to make the little drop, and then I start doing the other edge because I don't know where necessarily this is going to end, and this is a little over the top ice cream cone, but you know, hey. Okay, and you can add as many swirls as you want depending on how big or how detailed you want it. Like I said, personally I just made it in between for you guys so you guys would understand it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in with some color. And there you have an ice cream cone. Now moving on to our last frozen treat for the day, we're going to be drawing a slushie cup. And this is actually fairly simple to the ice cream cone. So basically you're doing that same trapezoid shape without the extra dimension. And you're going to draw basically kind of like a dome on top. So actually let's get that started. Since this one is fairly easy as well, I'll just go right in with my Tombow dual brush pen in the black color. I believe it's N15, but I've used it so much that the numbers are rubbing off. I keep crookeding my paper. Okay, so basically I'm just going to draw a cup first of all. Basically this is just simple geometric shapes, and you just basically put your own twist on it however you want. Personally, I like to make things a little more on the cuter side rather than on the more realistic side. Cartoony is kind of the way to go for my bullet journal anyway, so anyway, just drawing in this basic trapezoid cone style. It's basically a cone cut off, but you want to make sure that you make it a curved line at the bottom. And then with this one I will draw a little lip, just because, you know, them cups have some lips on them, like a little extra indent so that the lid stays on. And I'm also going to draw, and what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do the second line yet. What I'm going to do first is draw the actual dome first. So now that's a little wonky dome, but you know, whatever, it's going to work. And then I'll draw in the lip next, but I won't do a full drawn out line. Instead, I'd rather just keep it so that it looks like the plastic is see-through and that this is just a little dent that you get, okay? And what I'm going to do next actually is I'm going to take this red Crayola marker. This is actually called a Pipsqueak marker, not a Crayola Super Tip, sorry. It's just that they do have very similar tips to the Crayola Super Tips, if you can see. This is actually a little more stiff, the Pipsqueaks. So if you want like a more of a clean line, I recommend either getting your Crayola Super Tip markers really fresh or getting the Pipsqueaks. They're really good. But they tend to bleed more, so that's the downside. But I'm just going to basically draw in my Slushie. But I'm leaving a little space for the next part, which is going to be the straw that we're going to draw. And for this, I'm going to use, actually, since I want also a red straw, I'm going to use my Stabilo fine liner, which is in the color 50, which is crimson. And what I'm going to do basically, and I'll draw it to the side here what a straw looks like, if it's easier for you to see. Let me draw it in black first. So basically how you draw a straw is, you're basically going to do two parallel lines. Sorry, we're taking you back to high school with all this math talk. And you want to draw two straight lines. They don't have to be perfect at all. And what you want to do is you're going to want to do another set of parallel lines, but you want to do it at an angle. Because you know the bendy straws, unless you're doing like a straight straw. But for this one, I'm doing a bendy one. And you just want to basically draw zigzag lines so that it connects. And then another set of zigzag lines until you get to your other straw here. And then I like to draw like a little ellipse here. And since usually I don't get to see this unless I'm doing like a clear glass, which I'm not doing for the Slushie, but this is how I draw a straw. And then you just want to add the little lines to show that it's being scrunched, and then you basically have your straw. I gave you guys just a little extra doodle right there. You're welcome. But anyway, let's go back and we'll do the straw really quick using the red fine liner by Stabilo. I'm giving you guys so many tips. Y'all should be like subscribed. I'll probably do that whole spiel at the end of the video. Basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my dual brush pen and I'm going to draw the lip basically. And then I'm going to draw a little fake one because you don't draw it all the way through the straw like the one in the front because you're not going to see it. And then I'm going to just take this and start filling in with some color now. And there you go. And with that, we have finished off our doodle with us. My first ever doodle with me page. Hope you can see all three. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you leave any comments, questions, suggestions down below in the comment section down below. I have all the supplies in the description box below, as well as all my social media accounts, which you should follow. Once again, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye!